So I guess this thing's going. I don't know if anybody's going to watch this or what, but let me see. This is the first time I've ever tried to do a real live stream before. I guess it's probably the first time you'll see me live in a while. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like I've been kind of out of the loop, in hiding for a while. What's it called? COVID's kind of does that to you, doesn't it? Anyway, I'm going to start this off. This is going to be about trading crypto, and I'm not a financial advisor. This is a hobby of mine. I've happened to have been doing this for a while, and have actually done pretty good with it lately. So I want to start by saying this is not financial advice. If you follow my advice, if you take my advice, you're a fucking dumbass. You just deserve to lose money. Don't follow my trades. That's not what this is about. I do want to talk about some trades and stuff, and give you some details. But like my goal is, I wouldn't sleep well if like I knew somebody took a trade based on my bad technical analysis or something like that. My point in doing this is I want to learn, this is how I feel like I'm a good trader. I've been trading almost to supplement my living for a while. Actually, today's a big day. Today's May 7th, which is my son's birthday. I already called him and wished him a happy birthday. But it's also, I think, the exact date that I lost a lot of money, but I didn't really take it as a loss because it was money that I didn't start with. In like November of 2020, it was the election actually is the reason why I did it. I started toying around with crypto, and with like just a little bit of money, I made I got up to almost $30,000 in just a couple months. And no joke. And by the way, it was dumb luck. Don't ever think that's gonna happen. I've tried to reproduce it a million times and I haven't been able to do that. It was just, I happened to just catch a rocket, and so I always feel in every success that I've ever had is that a lot of it always feels like luck, but the fact is that you've got to put yourself in the position in order for that luck to take out. So anyway, I just realized you guys are looking at a blank screen. Let me get some stuff up here to. This is the first time doing this for me, so forgive me for being slow, and there'll be a lot of noob stuff. But I know you don't want to see my face, but I figure just to let me see. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to do my, this thing over here. There we go. So I'll fade to that. That's my chart. And then I can do this like that. Hold on a second. Yeah, this is going to be fun because there'll be a little bit of learning, and I'll get rid of this in a second, but at least I'll be able to say hi and stuff. So hi. Yeah, don't follow my trades. The point of this is to learn with me. And I think that I will be able to hopefully show you how I trade, and I can learn more, and we can go through this together. I'll give you a quick little look. I think I have to set this up of what my trading screen looks like real quick. I have to actually add the window real quick. Okay, hold on. I knew this was going to be a mess, but that's what happens when. I didn't want to plan anything. I wanted this to be really natural because there's part of this that I want this to be kind of therapeutic for me. I feel like there's a whole bunch of different lives that I need to combine somehow, and trading crypto to a bunch of former politicos and stuff for I just figured, hey, there's a mix in there somewhere and somebody might have a good time with it. So I'm in a couple trades right now, and as soon as I can figure out how to share that screen with you, I will be able to show you kind of where I'm at and how I get there. And I'll show you around some of the cool things that are on the internet for people that are interested in trading cryptocurrency. I've got to set up a new window. This is nerve-wracking because you actually get to see the earnings that I've made on certain. Just at least in the stuff that I'm in right now. There it is. Okay, I've got this up, and all I have to do is fade it here. And I'll just explain how this went down. Okay, so what's interesting about these trades is they're both shorts, and one of them was Bitcoin. I have a high. My style of trading is it involves very minimal risk, so it's only a very small percentage of my portfolio. Like in the most I think that I typically will risk to enter a trade is like $60 or $100. And but it's highly leveraged, and I try and pick the best possible entries for a long term trade. I have a number of strategies that I will go through and test out if I continue this feed, but they're all kind of related, and they all fit well together. Since I still consider myself new and a student to this, I still will test other strategies. But for right now, I have a strategy that's been consistent since about December, and I just think that the community that I work in now with all the with cryptocurrencies, it's very social. I guess socially compatible, social network compatible. It's all there's a big group of people on Discord, a lot of and they all get together on Discord groups all over the internet and share trading advice, share trading setups, and the like. So that's kind of some of the stuff that I do. In a way, it's a burden because I rely on a little bit of this for income. If I don't make money trading, it hits. So I have to be consistent, and that's why I think I was able to kind of learn and get into this so quick. Like I said, the goal for streaming this isn't exactly to, I'm not selling anything. I want to let people know what I'm doing. I think it's a great opportunity for me to network and find other people that maybe didn't know that I was doing this stuff. We can feed off of each other. But like I said, a lot of this is kind of therapeutic for me too, because, I feel that I have to compartmentalize a lot of my professional life, even the personal life, because I have that political side, I have the crypto side, the family side, the business side. All of them, kind of are very separate. But I think if I kind of make it more social and just be a little bit more open and forward friendly about it, I guess, I think that more opportunity will present itself. And there's part of this that would like to think that maybe I can eventually become a professional content creator or something like that, but we'll see. Anyway, that's kind of a long intro, but these streams, that's the way they are. It's a live stream. There's kind of I want it to be more than just stock trading. I want to be able to kind of get to know you and be personal if you are interested in anything, if anybody's even watching, whatever. So the one thing, let's see, I will put YouTube as kind of like if there's, I'm going to probably have to figure out how to see if anybody's watching and asking questions or something, because I might be surprised and there might actually be someone watching. So excuse me. Oh yeah, and this is Lemieux right here. He's a good kitty. He's all stoned on catnip. I put the catnip on this little thing so that whenever I have to do like a Zoom meeting or something, he's always in my background. It's always kind of a fun thing. So no, it's not a fake background. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so this screen I'm showing you, just I wanted to kind of give you an idea of what this screen is. This is these are just two trades that I'm in right now. One of them is Bitcoin and one of them is Luna. I'm short on both of them, and I'm short on both of them primarily for the same reason. There was a pattern that showed up on kind of a longer time frame that gave me every reason to believe that they were going to go down. Now that 29 number, okay, I call the number. I hate it when people call numbers, by the way. It's a kind of a pet peeve of mine, because there's nobody that can call a number at any time. I mean, there's the market's just so chaotic and so entropic that like just one small piece of news can have a butterfly effect on the outcome. So it's not fate, it's not set in stone. If somebody's saying it's going to 29, there's a million different things that can happen from now until then, just like an election, you know? And as you get closer to that day, it's just like getting closer to the election. You can start to see things a little bit clearer. Maybe that's a good way to put it. That will be the description of this video right here. It'll tie politics to crypto, and like that's a really good way to do it. I'm really glad I thought I should write that down. I never write shit down, and my memory sucks lately too. That's another thing. So anyway, yeah, I already forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, I'm serious. Like that's how my memory goes, just like that. I'm trying to think. Where was I? Maybe I'll check the if there's anybody that is paying attention. They would probably say something, right? Let's see. Is there a chat conversation happening? Don't do that. Anybody that hold on is paying attention. Yeah, nothing happening. Oh shit! It says, "Oh, one person's watching. It's me." That's funny. Okay, I was just checking. So nobody on YouTube. That's fine. Cool. F all of you guys. And yeah, there's 3 people watching on. Hey. Catnip. Okay, Hefe's in. Hey, Hefe, how's it going, buddy? So anyway, what was I just talking about before I went off the rails, Hef? Just quickly. Oh, how do we invest? No, that's not what I was talking about. Catnip. Anyway. Okay, I will get back to the. Oh, okay. I was there was these charts that I saw, and okay, when people call 29,000, there's so much to happen that can happen between now and when that calls, and a lot of people will not give a date too. I think that I said by July, but this is kind of you know, why I think that's dangerous when people do that is people actually think that because you're a professional or know what you're doing, that when you call a number like that you're certain of it. And there's nobody that's certain about it. And there's nobody that's good enough to call numbers like that far in advance. There are people that can get lucky often. There's people that really do have TA, and maybe they're right more often than others, but they're wrong a lot too. And so you know, I think it's really important to say that I hate it when people call numbers, but I call the number because I mean, that's been a consistent number for me for a very long time, and I've been trading based on that number because and I'm not going to stop because no joke, like I called this number. I can tell you exactly when I called it because it's on this chart. So I called 29 originally. Hang on, I gotta look at a different chart. Let me bring this one back up. So I'm used to doing this really fast in my normal trading application, but I have to do this in a way that that people can see it. So I have to kind of do this little, you know, video feed thing. Okay. Excuse me. So I called 29 originally, actually, when we were right around here. That was only a month ago. It seems like forever ago. Hold on, that's not right. No, you know what? I'm looking at the wrong coin. That's why. Okay. See, that's what a dumbass I am. That's why it didn't make sense. I originally called it. It was in December. I knew it wasn't. I knew it wasn't only a month ago. It was in December, and it was kind of at the top of this formation right here. And the reason why I called it is because I was already kind of, it was in mind on this date when there was a big. This is the December 4th dump, and literally Bitcoin from November. It was almost at 70,000. Believe it or not, it picked 69 on the money. That's traders for you. See where their minds are at. But anyway, so it went from 69, and then it dropped massively over the course of just a couple weeks to 41,000. I mean, this is one major dip. I'll zoom in on it. I'm sorry, because it's probably really small, but I'll zoom in. So this is, you know, in just a short amount of time, this is how far it dipped. And then it went back up and it created a head and shoulders pattern. And a head and shoulders pattern is synonymous with a market tank and It just means a reversal, but on a level like this, when you see one over, they happen over such a long time frame, you know that it's going to be bad. You know that it's going to be noteworthy. But you can also kind of tell how far that it's going to go down. You can take the very, very top right here and draw a straight line down to the neck, which is right here. And so I'll show you real quick where the head and shoulders and stuff is and why they call it that. But this is one shoulder right here. Ooh. This is the head right here. And this is another shoulder right here. And then they have what's called a neckline, which is this line right here that connects them. And the thing is that it has to connect on all of the necklines. So it went up, down, up to make the head, down to this candle, up again here, and down right here. So once it started to hit right here is when I started making calls and started saying, okay, look, like, oh, actually it was right here, but when it started to get here, I was like saying, okay, like everybody, this is where it started to get real. And so I started taking shorts down all the way to here. Now this is over the course of months. You're talking, this is November 9th, this is January 25th. And I was fortunate enough to have shorted it all the way down from here and consistently, and it was a long process, and these things were open, and I had gotten in and out a couple times, and I'm a beginner trader, so I've made a ton of mistakes in there, but it was an extremely profitable trade, and I've been able to kind of replicate it a couple times since. And so I thought that would be kind of my way of now I know that if you're not in the crypto world and stuff, or in the trading world, I'm going to pop my screen up again real quick, or my picture again. If you're not in the crypto world, this is probably a little weird to like have someone just get up and start talking about it, and like it's weird. And I remember seeing it when I first got in. I was like, man, it's really douchey, and like I feel like I already come across as douchey anyway. So like I'm trying everything I can to not, but I mean it's just kind of the field. I'm a former politician. I guess it's ingrained. I swear, if you know me personally, I'm not. But anyway, shit, man, I went off the rails again. What was I talking about? Oh, crap. And the other thing too is I'm scared to death of cameras. Okay, so anyway, but since it's a very social field, you really do. You do need to use it to grow your network. You do need to reach out to other traders. You do need to be social. You do need to have a TikTok. You do need to do the video stuff. And my God, if you had any idea how scared of cameras I am, it would be like you wouldn't believe it, because it's something I don't really talk about, and I think come across as pretty confident about stuff like that, but cameras scare the fucking shit out of me, man. Like this right now, I'm scared to death because I'm live talking to people about, like, candidly about shit that I never have in my entire life, and I'm trying to blend my professional world together to do this and stuff. But needless to say, the streaming thing, I got to get used to it, and I got to do it. Like if I don't, I just feel like there will be missed opportunities, and quite honestly, I don't think I'll ever grow as a person if I don't overcome my fear of cameras and getting out there like this. So there's that. Like I said, this is in a way therapy for me. So what was I before I started going off that rail? We'll get back to the charts a little bit. Okay, so back to this pattern that I was talking about, that head and shoulders. I'm going to find an article from Investopedia real quick that describes what happens in head and shoulders, because it is quite simply here, and I'll make it bigger and prettier real quick. Damn it, that's not what I wanted to do. Escape. And delete this little guy. So it's price action that is a reversal. So we were we were coming up. This is an uptrend, right? We're coming up. And then when it forms the left shoulder, nobody's paying attention to it. Nobody knows it's a head and shoulders at this point. It's just price action. In fact, at this point, everybody's like, "Oh my God, we're rich and we're all going to be billionaires." It's a little bit of a bull trap right here. People are salivating at their, and chomping at the bit, picturing themselves in their fucking Lambos driving, on the Autobahn or something right here. And then the market takes a shit on you right here. And this is a pretty significant shit that it took. And so it goes up, it goes down, then it goes up again. So like, here we go, Lambo mode. At this point, we've just passed the previous all-time high. That's a sign that we're going to the moon. So if you weren't shaking out here, you're back on par. You're making some of your money back again. And then, boom, it happens again. It goes down, and it meets this right here. So this kind of freaked a lot of people out, but I caught it because this is a very technical head and shoulders. A lot of people, when they see a head and shoulders, they want it to go up like this and then down like this and create a very, very clear shoulder like that, come up and make the head, and then, come down again like this, and then come out of it clean and everything like that. That would almost be too perfect, and there's no such thing as perfect. But if you're talking about the technicalities, this is as technical as it can get. It comes down, it touches the neckline, comes back up, and then drops. So if you think about it, you got the uptrend, downtrend back to neckline, uptrend, and then downtrend. And this is a logarithmic chart. So it actually, when you do it in real life, you can see it better. Actually, it didn't really make much of a difference. Sometimes it makes a big difference. But so the difference, how you can test the bottoms or check the bottoms is you take a line, and I drew a line from the very, very top to the neckline, and you kind of clone it and see how far it goes. And in this case, it went to, hold on, 25. And I saw that there was some support that was coming off of these old trends that, what the heck? Oh, I don't want to move that to keep you intact. In fact, let me lock you in real quick. There we go. There were old trends that were going to take this, and in fact, if you were to look, it would probably look something like, like this, where you can see these old trends, see that that's where it would meet right there. And I figured that it would kind of make a triangle over the course of time. The picture becomes a lot more clear that you're trading in a triangle like this, and that price action will actually bounce around like this on a triangle. And so the low that I had originally had was 29. And I still see, because if you look at it, this is 31 right here. So it, if you draw my trend lines out, that's kind of where it ends up being. Now, something kind of funny happened the other day, though, because I still think that we're in the downtrend, but I also see that as price action is occurring, you can see signs that it might want to go up. In fact, it broke out of this pattern. I can't remember if it was yesterday or the day before, but I'll show it to you right here. This is called a wedge pattern, and it's a very interesting thing that happens right here, because it's a fun pattern and very, very reliable pattern to trade, just like the head and shoulders. By the way, I'm not a pattern trader. I trade based on like some of the impulse waves of the like the movement that it makes, and I can talk about that. But when you see patterns form, for me, it shows like a lot of like, it's called confluence. A lot of extra green lights saying that it's ready to go in that direction. I'm going to do this in a different kind of candle because I'm trying to learn Heikin-Ashi candles better, and quite honestly, they're really hard for me to work with, but they're supposed to be the best ever, and everybody's supposed to make millions of dollars using them or something stupid like that. So anyway, this pattern right here, it's called a wedge, and it's a fun pattern to trade, and it when you see it breaking down like this, you know that after a certain number of bounces, it's going to pop up. It always pops up. And I'm telling you, the internet world was going ape shit when this happened. Because it broke out, and everybody was just seriously thinking that, like, oh my god. Some more info about like this type of shape usually happens at around a major. Well, it happens at the last phase of a wave of an impulse wave, and typically at the last phase of an impulse wave, you've got it. Kind of reversing the whole cycle. So people really thought this was going to be the big move. And you can see that once like everybody's hope went up, they were, it just took another shit and boom. I was trading this differently too. In fact, it's kind of funny. I'll let me see if I can find a video of like, there was this one video I saw of this guy. He was just, he was so excited about it breaking out. I'm going to find it on YouTube real quick. Oh, I think he's a big time crypto blogger or something too. I don't follow a whole lot of crypto bloggers. Oh god, I gotta find it. But it's really kind of good. And I won't be able to do this for too much longer because I have to go to my son's baseball game today in about a half hour. I will find this. Bitcoin emergency, is that the one? What date did I watch this on? Oh, it is. Okay, hold on. This is the one. This is so funny. Okay, I am going to copy this into the window that I already have open. This will just take 1 second. I hope that I get faster at this. I'm pretty sure I will. Oh, that is it. Okay. So there's that. Okay, here is the... Oops.
One of the shortest videos I have made since a very long time, but
oh, I forgot. You have to actually
Bitcoin right now. Let me actually talk. I was posting just earlier, let me quickly go into it here. I was posting approximately 4 hours ago, Bitcoin BTC breakout. I am waiting for the confirmation. And since then, something has happened within the last like 4 hours or so. I talked about it yesterday also. I was making a new post just a few minutes ago. It is happening. And what we can see here, let me quickly go into it, is that Bitcoin seemingly broke the resistance, confirmed on the 4-hourly, and is breaking higher right now. So now let's go here straight into the chart and let's see, is this a confirmed breakout? Are we going to see higher price levels? And of course, what are these higher price targets, right? So what we can see is we broke out.
Actually, I'm trying to think, like, I don't know if it's legal to do this. I don't plan on monetizing these videos. I mean, this is to me, like, I'll give this guy props because he turned around and he's probably a really good trader. He's been doing this a lot longer than me, and he's probably way, way better off than I am, doing this. So this is not me shitting on him, but like, it's an idea of how excited the crypto world was. They were literally going apeshit about this.
Bitcoin is going higher here, and the target of this breakout, and you could say this is a confirmed breakout, of course. I mean, we see the 4-hourly close, a break above the previous rejection point, some significant volume coming in. So this is definitely one where I say it looks better than the previous ones here. It is less likely to.
No, my point being, like, everybody was doing that, but since then, obviously the tune has changed, and it's kind of a funny thing because trading cryptocurrency is a psychological thing, and it's a funny thing because as I was mentioning how social it was. Hold on, I'm gonna put this back. Because I was talking about how social it was. Oh man, God, that memory shit. Okay. I completely lost track of where I'm going. I swear to God, this happens all the time. It's embarrassing. And you know what it is that I have ADD. I have like really bad ADD, and I take my ADD meds today because it's the weekend. I should have but that's the stuff that literally keeps me on track. Like, it's crazy. But anyway, the psychology of the market's interesting. And because of all the social stuff that I'm, the social element of crypto trading, you really do get to see the dynamic of how the market psychology is during different cycles of the market. When it's bullish and people are making money, all of the discords are they're packed full of people. Everybody's excited. They're everybody's an expert, and they're all talking about how they predicted it and this, that, and the other thing. And I saw this thing in a crypto group today that's kind of what I'm getting at, because I wanted to read it. It's from one of the traders, and I'll get to that real quick. But I wanted to highlight the market because it's been so bearish that everybody's really bearish, and they're thinking, oh, the market's going to tank now, and especially after that move, it's like their hopes were up, and they just feel so defeated, and and even though I am in my short positions and I'm anticipating the market to drop lower, I think it's worth noting that we are close to the bottom, and that it's actually a really good time probably to buy an asset. I mean, I think it goes down lower, so you might want to wait a little bit, but or Bitcoin, for example. Here, I'll get to that thing I wanted to read. Hopefully, I can find it quickly. But it was a really interesting way to kind of. Let me find it real quick. I'm wondering if this is the one. I'm reading it real quick. It's like I said, I didn't want to plan this out. I really wanted this to be more stream of consciousness. So, bear with me on some of the lulls in here. I'm kind of insecure about it because I feel like it's dead air, and you're going to be like, and you're looking at my face on the camera, like nobody wants that. So hold. Okay, forgive me, and I'll tell you who this is. This is from a Discord that you actually have to pay to be in. So I don't want to there's no secrets in here, but I will quote it or let you know who it was. It's Green Star Trading. He has a YouTube channel. He's a very, very technical trader. I don't think he's good for beginners, but if you are interested in more kind of advanced technical analysis and learning, I highly recommend it. I've only been paid for a couple days, and I've learned a lot from it. So at least allow me to kind of plug it if he were to be upset at me for reading this. But and I'll paraphrase it too. He's talking about a friend that he had. He was cursing themselves for not buying in Wind when the price reached 70,000. And he was clearly asking multiple times that if the price came back to these levels below 40,000, would they buy? And they swore up and down that they would go in big because, my God, those numbers are so low given the chance. But now that we're here, now back below 40,000, he doesn't want to buy it all and is bearish and convinced it will go lower, and thinks that any bullish analysis is bogus, and that that his friend who is a professional's analysis is also wrong. And this is despite having like all the confidence during the bull run and everything. But the point is, be aware of your own psychology, because people are freaked out, even though looking at the charts, if you're a newer person playing in crypto and you want to make a small a small purchase of crypto, understand that it will be volatile for a little bit, but I think that you're at one of the lower times, and if you're just talking historically speaking, I think that most of the people on most of the traders would think that in the 30s is a good place to buy Bitcoin if you're just planning on holding on to it for another bull run up. There's a lot of uncertainty, and I think that's what people are afraid of. You've got, the Russia situation. You've got the inflation issues. I mean, all kinds of stuff that are causing people to freak out. Interest rates going up. And that's probably why some of the patterns that I'm talking about are playing out. All of these charts and everything that show all these numbers, all it is just a map of the human psychology. And it's a map of hope and greed and fear and all kinds of stuff. And so when I see Head and Shoulders, I was going to read the, how Investopedia talks about a Head and Shoulders, because it's really important to talk about so I'll get back to that right now. Kind of all over the place. So anyway, when a Head and Shoulders or a pattern like that takes place, we see it on this chart as a Head and Shoulders, for example. But what it really does is it tells a story, and I will read that story to you right now, because it's a tug of war between buyers and sellers. It's like capitalism. It's like I almost kind of look at it like, those horde games where you have your army of 1,000 and the other guy has an army of 1,200, and when they clash, you see that these chart patterns go up and down, and it kind of looks like something like this, But when that happens, let me see if this is the part where we just pre-read it. The market, okay, like all charting patterns, the ups and downs of the Head and Shoulders pattern tell a very specific story about the battle being waged between the bulls and the bears. And I'm going to pull this up so I can kind of maybe walk it up with you. My chart is right here. Okay, good. We'll go on a larger time frame, and I'll go back to the Heiken Ashi because they're prettier, and I'll get rid of some of this stuff because we don't need to. I'll draw it out again with my cursor while we're doing this. Okay. The initial peak, and that's this right here, and subsequent decline represent the waning momentum of the prior bullish trend. So this is the prior bullish trend. This is the waning momentum. Wanting to sustain the upward momentum movement as long as possible, bulls rally to push the price back up past the initial peak right here to reach a new high, the head right here. At this point, it's still possible that the bulls could reinstate their market dominance and continue the upward trend. At this point, I'm telling you, I probably bought some at this point. You never know that that's going to be the end. Let's see, this is November. Yeah, I don't think that I got wrecked on this one, but I got wrecked in May. It started today off by talking about that story. This was May 7th right here, and it dumped down here. And so like my story, I got lucky. It pumped. And so like the money that I lost in this state, it wasn't really my money. It was the money that I had kind of quickly made, but it was halved real quick. And that hurt. And that's when I started learning about how to actually, prevent that from happening in the future. So anyway, so you're up here and you're thinking it's Lambo time, and you're thinking that the bulls are going to reinstate the market and dominance and continue the upward trend. However, once price declines a second time and reaches a point below the initial peak, so below this, it is clear that the bears are gaining ground. So boom, they're winning. And that's this right here. Bulls try one more time to push the price back upward, but succeed only in hitting the lesser high reached in the initial peak. That's this right here. This failure to surpass the highest high signals the bulls' defeat, and the bears take over, driving the price down and completing the reversal. And that is kind of a good way to be able to calculate it. Like you can kind of reach the height like that. It's kind of a casual way of doing it. I've never actually heard or seen that in print anywhere, but it plays out. It's an observation of mine that I've seen play out over numerous scenarios, because even though this one played out over the course of like August to today, so talking almost a year, They happen on smaller time frames too. So every single one of these candles is 1 day, but I can change that to 4 hours, or this is all the price action within 1 hour. You can go down to the minute. So these things are growing by the minute. This is the price action that's happening. This is really good for me because I'm still in my short, and I can say that probably since right about when I started this, it's been tanking. And I can go back to see how what kind of position I'm in, which I should be in a. God, does anybody remember the numbers that I pointed out in the very beginning when I should have wrote it down, or maybe I'll go down and rewatch the stream for a second to see how well it did. But I can tell. Let's see. We'll go back. Oh shit! I don't know what I'm doing. Hold on. This is back over here. Oops. And fade. Okay, now I can go back to the window myself. Oops, wrong one. And so now it's at Bitcoin. My profit is $156, and on Luna it's $165. It's probably up maybe $40 on each of those, so it's another probably $100, $80 somewhere in there since the last time I checked. Let me check Facebook real quick, because see if anybody's posted what they originally were. Drink some water too. Forgive the ASMR. Next time I'll know to mute the microphone. Here, I'll do it now because I'm going to take another gulp, and I don't want to give you the ASMR or make you throw up. All right. So I just refreshed my Facebook to see if anybody could tell me where it was, and nope, nobody's on it. Let me see if anybody on YouTube could say. I wish I would have remembered next time, I don't even remember how to do this. Oh, there we go. Yeah, nobody's been watching YouTube. But figures, because I don't stream. This is the first time. I wouldn't expect anybody to, but it might be a good idea. Look up Crypto Jewels. Okay, let me talk that story real quick, and then before I sign off, I'll get into Discord real quick and see if I can get some fun conversations started over there. So Crypto Jewels, look it up on YouTube and hit the like and subscribe and all that shit. Because and I know like Jules, whatever. So I bought my Tesla a little over a year ago, and you give your car a name, and it's the first car I don't think I've ever named a car before. Correct me if I'm wrong if you know otherwise, but I thought Jules was just the cutest name for, a Tesla. And so it was right around the same time that I started like getting active on the Discord. And so I just used Jules's nickname as my nickname on Discord. And I kind of just, it kind of grew legs, and now more people call me Jules than my real name. So that's what that's all about. Anyway, yeah, fun story. So I got to get going in a little bit. So I figure I'm gonna turn on the Discord machine, and hopefully this works and I don't regret it. And so the name of this Discord server that I'm going in is Be Crypto Live, BEE Crypto Live, and he's got a formula for getting in, but he has a YouTube channel. Look it up as well. Be Crypto Live, and you can listen to his stream, his Discord stream, and I'm going to kind of just do a quick little pop in real quick to see if I can get, I don't know, maybe some fun conversation, or see if I can get someone to give us some technical analysis, and then I will be off to my, it's actually my son's baseball game's later, but I got to volunteer at the snack bar today. So here we go.
And you're supposed to paint it before you put it back on, because you have to paint all four sides of it. And
hey, what's going on, guys? Can you hear me okay? Hey, I've got I decided to pull the trigger and do that live stream to my my personal Facebook, social media, and stuff like that. So like, and I didn't ask for permission, but I did pimp the shit out of B's channel right here. I'm not trying to move anybody over there or from here over to my channel, but I wanted to see if anybody had any fun, good TA, and maybe had something fun to say.
You just missed it.
Ah, fuck, for real?
Rewind.
Yeah.
We just had a godly world conversation about everything.
Oh,
Literally.
so some of the fun about this Discord is sometimes there's some real fun drama, and in fact, even last week, B and I got into it. Which, by the way, B's been really fucking cool with me lately. Ever since, I think it's worth noting, he's been really fucking cool with me lately. So anyway, yeah, that's just kind of old drama, but that happens because when trading happens, there's a lot of emotion involved, and people tend to get a little hot, right?
I'm pretty hot.
Heck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So is Qui-Gon around? He was pimping some good TA.
Fucking
He just bailed a minute ago. He said he was going to get some coffee and be back.
He's gonna charge his laptop
shit.
with or his iPad or something with coffee. Espresso route. I need to go about to work. Well, yeah, you know.
I only do TA on OnlyFans now. And I strip cheese while I'm doing it. Go check that out.
Okay, how about this? Since it's my stream, can you talk about how I've been pimping 29 since fucking... When was the first time you heard me talk about it? Cause I just want, like, I feel like since this is my first clip, I feel like I got to give some credibility, even though I start out by saying I'm a shitty trader, so don't follow me.
Call the top, Jules. Like, literally, it was very close to the top. I remember when you were talking about it. When we first started coming down, you were like, I think we can go all the way to, like, to that. And I was like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, but, so...
Yeah.
Luca, you made me feel bad because like I was trying to like convince people that like this was for real and people weren't listening to me, and I think that you took it like I was gloating that I was short, and I was like, no, listen. And I felt so bad that I came across that way.
Yeah, I think that you were excited that your trade was going well, and I mean I'm always happy for people when their trades are going well too. But the way the dynamics of the group at that moment, I felt like it was just. Something wasn't hitting quite right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, people were definitely losing their ass and I wasn't.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I felt really bad about that though. In fact, I think I hope I apologized. If not, I'm sorry.
That was when, man, people lost a lot of accounts during that period. We lost a lot of traders. A lot of liquidations, a lot of accounts got blown up around that time.
So what I had just gotten done talking about was that I just realized I've got the wrong thing. Hold on, I'm streaming the wrong thing. Hold that thought. Yeah, so I'm having a really hard time controlling OBS and trading and talking and everything at the same time. That's a fucking nightmare doing this. I don't know how any of these like live people do that all the time.
Crew. Live crew. I don't know.
So what I was just talking about, the market psychology and how in these Discord groups when you've got a bull run going and you're at the top, like everybody's so excited and they're just like, and the market psychology is almost toxic to the point that like, of course that's the best time for it to take a dump. And I feel like that happened. I mean, I'm definitely proud of this short and everything, but people are doom and glooming right now. When I think that it's important to notice that we're at historically really good levels to buy still. And it's a funny thing, that sentiment's hard to kind of take yourself out of while you're trading, because it's so damn psychological, and particularly in these Discord groups we can kind of be a little bit of an echo chamber.
Yeah, but actually, I mean, that's one thing I do value about this group is that we've got bulls and we've got bears and we've got people that'll switch back and forth. So I mean, we actually have a decent mix in this group, whereas in some other groups it's just if you're a bear then you get run out of there.
Yeah.
Just trade the market, my friend.
But I also
Trade the
like I feel
market.
like when you say certain people are bearish, it's like I've been bearish for a long and per se, but more I think it's a retracement. I think it's like I count it bearish once we go below a previous like huge like resistance point. If we 100% retrace a huge Fibonacci move, then I call that bearish. But on a macro scale, I think it's all been a healthy retracement since that 69K top.
So did anybody re-enter that Luna trade?
No, you know what? When we had bounced overnight, I had taken some profit, but I got stopped out on that bounce up to 74.50, wherever it was. Where was it? Yeah, right at 74.50. But I made a little bit on it, and I'm out of it now, unfortunately. Still on that Zill short though, which is doing well.
So I've said this before publicly in this channel, but since I've got my personal friends that might be watching this, Lucrative is I think one of the best resources for this channel. He first off. He's here 24 hours a day and doesn't sleep and literally just sits there and trades nonstop, even though his kids are driving him crazy behind him. And so there's that. He's reliable. He's always going to be here. But his trades are also very reliable. He typically trades on the most reliable of trade setups. And I'd say when it comes to people's advice on this channel, he's one that stands at the very, very top for me. And he's also somebody I learn a lot from on a daily basis too. So when Lucrative speaks, I listen.
You say he's a lucrative asset.
He's going to be doing this RV trip around the country for a couple months, and I think that people are going to lose a lot of money while he's gone.
Right? Only gonna stick for that week.
Yeah, I won't be here to be yelling at everyone about their risk management while I'm gone. Did you set your stop loss? Okay, good job. Why are you going 50x?
You don't have a good reason? How can you have any pudding if you don't set your stop loss?
Hey, don't shit on high leverage. I am.
No, yeah, I know.
My
I should specify when I say that because I know your strategy and a number of other people that have strategies built around small amounts and large, high high X's, 50x, 100x, whatever it might be on Bitcoin. But it's a lot of times, especially for newer people and everything, they're not managing the amount of the account that they're using on that high leverage. So that's just, we've seen it here. I mean, you've seen it too. That's how accounts get blown up every single time is too high leverage and with too large of an amount.
I think that most good traders will tell you that there is an element of gambling to this, and I think all of us are fed by that a little bit. But the best traders are the ones that know their own psychology, know what they're assholes about, and what their flaws are and shit, and can kind of keep that shit in check when they're making decisions with their numbers like this. And everybody's human. I fucking fall to I fail all the time. For the same shit I'm talking about right now.
Yeah, and it usually takes a couple of pretty big failures before people are able to get their emotions in check and kind of discover the whole risk management aspect of it and trader psychology and all of that stuff. Because once you feel that pain of blowing up an account a couple of times, it's like you got to figure out what you got to do in order to not feel that pain again. And it becomes more about not losing your money than it becomes about, oh, look at how much I can get off of this one trade.
There, I was able to put the positions that I'm in on my OBS overlay. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't, it's funny because we all have met on other channels, and ended up, in the server. But I don't think I ever talked about what brought me into crypto. And I mean, I think I kind of gave little bits and pieces, but I got really, really lucky during that bull run in 2020 or 2019 or whatever, 2020. And it really didn't take much. It was just like I was just moving like it started with $2,000 and I was moving around from a couple different coins. But by the time a year ago today, and it's actually the reason why I even thought to do the stream, a year ago today, I ended up getting it up to almost $30,000 from November till May. And then on May 8th, I lost half of it, in that one push. And so because I sold at the bottom thinking, oh my God, the whole world's falling apart and it's going to keep dropping. And sure enough, it literally, sniped me out. And that very day was the day that I kind of realized, hey, I want to learn how to trade and do this, so that never happens to me ever again. Because obviously there's a lot of money to be made with a very little. And, I've been able to do that. So I want to replicate it and do it as smart as possible this time, But those first couple of months were a bitch.
Sure. Yeah, and I think that the strategy that you've adopted, it's got rules and things in place that help manage a lot of the common pitfalls that people run into. So it's really good.
So anyway, thanks for.
Also, it requires a lot of patience that probably a lot of new traders don't have. The way that you held on to trades for extended periods of time. A lot of people think about crypto, they think it's fast, it's volatile, all this stuff. But you have been in trades for weeks and weeks at a time. So that's it's a lot different from what people's expectations might be first getting into it.
It's funny because when I started talking about it originally, Jolt was like, that sounds ridiculous because it's not the way that it was intended to be done. And it's funny because when I think of Jolt's stuff, I think that's not how you're supposed to trade, but he was able to do really well with it. His stuff, literally, if you're thinking about it, he was trading against the market, right? Isn't that what his Bollinger Band stuff was? Picking out reversal. They're good tools and everything, but it's kind of counter the market. But yeah, it was the same kind of thing. I remember him saying it sounds it's not supposed to be done that way, and I was like, no, this actually really works, So it's kind of a trip. But yeah, some of these patterns, and they're the most lucrative ones, play out over a long period of time, and that's you have to be able to kind of roll with it. The entries are kind of intense because you're getting stopped out a bunch and you're going back and forth, and you're trying not to revenge trade and stuff. But once you get it rolling and you trust your TA, it's a lot easier to kind of manage it. It's nerve-wracking going to sleep on them, though. So anyway, I have to sign off. I'm gonna, finish this stream off without you guys. But I got to go to my son's baseball game. So I just wanted to show people that are my friends that there's a crypto world out there that exists, and they can go to Be Crypto Live on YouTube. Where's Finn? Do your thing real quick so that if anybody's listening, they can do it.
Yeah, vintage shameless Finn plug. Let's hear it.
Let's go Finn shots.
Did we miss him? He's not doing his job. He's fired. Come on, Finn.
He's deafened. He's
actually muted. He's muted right now, so he must be away.
Does somebody know? I don't even know what a B-foot is, so do the thing. No one really? Okay. Be Crypto Live on YouTube. Twitch? There's a Twitch?
No, you gotta go to Twitch. You gotta go to Twitch and collect your B-Fuds.
Yeah, and then you can
Your
enter
channel points
bees.
you get just by watching the show, just by watching or listening to it on Twitch. You accumulate BFUDs, and then after you've accumulated a certain number, it's about a week's worth of watching. Then that you can use those free channel points to gain access to the Discord. And there's a few indicators and things like that that a lot of us use in here that are available once you get into the Discord. And you can also see, like, when people are sharing their charts and live streaming their charts, you can see all that stuff too with when you get in here.
Thank you so much, Ludiv. And if you do get a chance, give it a shot. It's worth it. I've learned a lot from this group, and I'm sure that you can too. Hopefully, I turned you interested in you in something good. So anyway, all right, guys, I'm gonna cut out for on the Discord. See you guys. All right, I am back. And yeah, that's it for me. It's about 2:00, which means I got to get ready to go to this thing. Let me know what you thought. I'd be really curious to hear what you thought of this. If you have any questions and stuff, I might not be able to answer them, but maybe I can ask around, and maybe it'd be good for some good content or something like that. So anyway, let me go back and do. Yeah, this is cool. Hold on, got to do this. And boom, and here I'll fade, boom, down to that. Look at that. That looks so professional, didn't it? All right. Thanks, guys. Help me out. Share my stuff. And maybe this will be something fun I do on a regular occasion.